So this one's called The Revolt Against God is Older Than Time. It's kind of about the Black Iron Prison as well. So. And Sissin is that which produces the shadow. And Sissin is the shadow. It is the same thing. The Most High is blackness, ringed in white, delirious, its zero gaze cruelly beyond malice. It is Sissin who makes Gnu live. Sissin goes away when man dies, but Sissin does not die. A buckling envelope, barely able to contain itself. Unwitting desperation for the unknown. This doubling, bursting in, untold or susurrant. Do you know where he lives? He lives in the eye. Narrating no message, the glinting silence of a dog whistle, punctuation smooth, this time of refoundlings. The little shining point you see in the middle, that is Sissin. Yes, strangely. Black circle on white ground on ever black. Senselessness, unlayered, a well in falling. And then some extracts from a sort of work in progress, a cycle perhaps called Against Architecture. If you'd asked me 37 years ago, I would have said, that's not a monument, it's partially buried. If you had asked me between 79 and 83, or between 98 and 2003, I would have remained silent as the just suffered, or echoed the truism that he was in prison because he is an intellectual. If you had asked me 45 years ago, I would have asked, does anyone got any special requests for us to do? With a steep nose hammer on a 4-foot switch handle, John Henry raised it back till it touched his heels. Then the spike went through the cross tie, and it split it half into 35 cents a day for driving steel. He lay down to rest his weary back, and early next morning he said, "Come here, Polly Ann, come here, sugar. You know, I believe this is the first time I ever watched the sun come up that I couldn't come up with it." Dirty minds. Yonder lies a steel-driving man, O Lord. Yonder lies a steel-driving man. But that was just a rumour that was spread around town. If you'd asked me 35 years ago, I would have said, Argento. But that was when architecture was still possible. Still hideous, terrible, oppressive, but still, which is the same thing, possible. Before the horizon was a circle with man at its centre, before the sense of being watched meant its talking cure. Now woodlouse cuts across the spiral of some blasted heath world, some bathysphere erected on or from cracked heathers and uncannily infantile violence. The cruelty that foreshadows a sudden enclosure, repulsion, or necessity. This is what gives meaning to the haunting. Place shadows place. Disturbs outcrops and other stones. Casts them on themselves, into themselves. The sacks of simple reason are incidental. Even fur and bone and feather and blood precede them, in whatever ranking.